Hello there. Welcome back yet again to the Guided Dreams YouTube channel. My name is Dr. City Onyema from the Guided Dreams. I welcome you guys to this special edition where I will try to make sense out of the recent changes by the IRCC. So let's try to make sense and look at why IRCC is very unpredictable and very, unstable, in quote. So these recent changes that was announced September 18, 2024, this is as a result of inward protests by the people of Canada. Over the years, at least I should say in the past 2 years, there has been a lot of push, a lot of internal bickering for the government to close the doors to immigration, that a lot of people who are inside are not even finding it easy, let alone the number of people they are bringing in. And that is why I believe even the IRCC titled the release they issued out today, they went with this title. I had to print it out so that I don't even forget. They went with this title saying strengthening temporary residence programs for sustainable volumes. That is to tell you that they themselves they know that the volumes they are letting in is unsustainable. So that is why a lot of these measures are put in place, because people inside are protesting. People inside, even on socials, around the streets, a lot of people are fed up, are tired. Life is becoming more difficult for people right here in Canada, especially when you talk about housing. I remember a few years ago when I came into Canada as a student, I was able to live in a room in the main floor of a building for about 450 Canadian dollars. Where on earth can you find that right now? Even in the basements, you can't even see as cheap as 500. You see 1100, 1200, sometimes 2000 for you to get a living room right now in Canada. It's unpredictable, let alone even dreaming of purchasing your own home. It's simple economics, law of demand and supply. When the demand of a commodity supersedes its supply, prices will go up. That is why people are saying slow down, shut the doors. We can't breathe. Let those of us inside breathe before you keep accepting these unimaginable volumes through various pathways. That is number one. Number two, the in Canada you have three parties: the Liberal, Conservatives, and the NDP. The Liberal position, which is the ruling government now, is being threatened because a lot of people are not satisfied with what is going on. Even this week, they lost a seat in Quebec, you know, so they're under fire. So whatever they can do in order to salvage their face, to tell the people, show the people that they are okay, we have a listening ear, they will do it. That is why this issue to reduce number of people coming into Canada has been in the front burner. And personally, I believe this is not the end. Certainly, more changes are going to come. So we better brace up for things that are lying ahead. If you want to come into Canada, do it right now. You don't know the measures that they will put in place 2, 3 months, a year from now. Now, that is the reason behind the recent trend in putting caps on international students, reducing the quota allocated the number of permanent to the number of temporary residents, I should say, in Canada. So when we look at the changes, I try to summarize and make sense out of these changes and summarize them into simple 7 points. 6 of these points are about international students. Just one covers the whole of temporary residents. So what is the issue number one? One of the measures, the first measures that they are putting in place, they announced a reduction in the intake cap of international students come 2025. This year, they set out to admit or to issue study permit to 485,000 people. Now they are saying that they will reduce that by further 10%. Giving you, if you do the math, it should be 436,500, but in their paper they released 437,000, which is a wrong math in there. But whatever it may be, whether 437, 436,500, but they are saying that they will reduce it by 10%. Issue number 2, later this year, no fixed time, later this year, they will reduce or they will limit the eligibility to work permit for the spouses of people studying masters to be only those whose program is not less than 16 months. Prior to now, if you're studying masters of 10 months, 12 months, your wife is, or your spouse, as the case may be, wife or husband, is eligible for work permit, but not anymore. Starting later this year, that's what they said. Later this year, ensure that your master's is minimum 16 months if you want your spouse to get a work permit. So number 3, later this year, they are reducing as well, limiting, I should say, the work permit to spouses of foreign workers coming into Canada under the IMP, International Mobility Program, and Temporary Foreign Worker Program. They are limiting it to spouses of those in the management or sectors or occupations that are experiencing high labor shortages. Not to everybody anymore. That is measure number 3. Measure number 4, in the year 2025 to 2026, study permit intake cap will also cover those studying masters and doctorate programs. Before, they were exempted, no caps on MSc, PhDs, but going forward, they're also part of it. But there's a catch. They will set aside 12% of that 437,000 for just masters and doctoral students as well. To the point number 5.
So a few things happened and I had to jump in the car to finish this video. But the venue doesn't matter. What matters is the information, okay? So point number 5 talked about that the graduates from public colleges will still be eligible for postgraduate work permits of 3 years. So far that the course of study that they graduated from is one of those that are tackled or one of those that are titled as being high labor shortage. Okay, that is number 5. Number 6 talks about the little changes that they made to the application process about the PGWP. The thing is this, before now, you don't need an IELTS to apply for your postgraduate work permit. But going forward from November 1, 2024, you must supply an IELTS score, whether IELTS or CELPIP, but your English language test score must be in CLB Band 5. If you are coming from a college, if you are coming from a university, it's expected to be CLB Band 7. That is a new change in terms of English language qualification when you are applying for your postgraduate work permit. Now, that is the 6 measures that are affecting international students right now. The 7th one is what is affecting what they call the temporary residents. Initially, Canada earmarked 6.5% of their population to be filled by temporary residents. But going forward, they've reduced that number to just 5%. So 5% of the total Canadian population has been earmarked for temporary residents. It simply means that a lot of temporary residents visa applications will be denied. So it simply means that you should put your best foot forward, else you might be denied. If possible, look at other alternatives. Permanent residency through the Express Entry is still there. Those of you guys seeking for job and sponsored job opportunities, you can as well do that, but don't depend on that solely, because employment, even for those in Canada, already in Canada is very difficult right now, let alone those of you believing that you get sponsorship opportunities free of charge. The one that cracks my brain is the YouTubers telling you that Canada is begging people to come and work. Where is that? Oh my goodness. Where is Canada begging people to come and work? Run away from these guys. Okay? So the good news is this. People started reaching out to IRCC for clarifications with respect to the, spouses of students having their open work permit. Is it the same thing? Those studying already, would they be affected by these new measures? So IRCC sent this clarification to some group of individuals and will be able to get it. So the thing is this. What you're looking at is this. Those currently in the program, they are not affected. Your spouse will still qualify for their postgraduate work permit. Sorry, your spouse will still qualify for their open work permit. These measures will affect new students, those coming in to study from November 1, 2024. Those are the people that these latest measures will be affected. Those already in the system, the status quo remains the same. Status quo tandem, right? That's what they say. So that is the new and latest information that we'll have about these new measures. So brothers and sisters who are already in the system, nothing to worry about. The only thing there is you have to submit an English score when you're applying for your PGWP. If you were qualified before, you will still be qualified even afterwards. Okay, that is all on this one. And I wish you guys the very best of luck. If you haven't joined our community, what are you waiting for? Join us as we share valuable information. One good thing is this. I'm in the country, I know what is going on, and I don't sugarcoat anything to keep you engaged. I will tell you as it is, no matter who else is God. I wish you the very best of luck. Subscribe to this channel, share this video, and as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, stay blessed, bye-bye.